Hello friends, my name is Rajiv and in this video I will show you Qt Designer and how you can use Qt Designer to create graphical user interface for your application. Remember, Qt is a cross-platform and you can create for Windows, Mac, Linux. It will work for all platform. So let's start how we can get the Qt in our system. To get Qt, you can go to Qt project website. You can Google out this website will be first, and here you can see that Qt 5.3 is the latest version. But in this video, I will show you Qt 4.4.8. Okay, so you can download in download button. Here you can see that Qt 5.32 is a open source version. It automatically detect my operating system, that's why it say that Linux, and you can download the online version. So when you download this, and after that the setup require internet, so it will get the other files from internet. But you can download some offline versions also, like libraries, Qt Creator. I already have this version also, like Qt 5.3, and I'll show you in just a minute, but I'll cover this Qt 4.8 in this video. Okay, why? Because most of the application and the previous libraries are using this Qt 4.8, that's why I use this. Anyway, Qt 5.3 is having also new features and advanced QML integration in this. So let's just see what is the interface of this Qt application. So I will start with the latest version. You can, once you download this, I'm using Cent operating system, CentOS. Go to application, programming, and here you can see this Qt 4 and Qt Creator. So this Qt Creator is Qt 5. Okay, I'll show you. Here you can see the designer also. So let's say if I open, cancel, and here we go. So as this is the application which I was designing, and this is the user interface. With that you can see these all buttons and all. I'll show you how we can create this all stuff. Okay, so this is the Qt 5 version. Now let's move to our version which we can use. So I will start with my application, just minimize this. So go and download your Qt version in your system as your OS. As you can see this for Windows, Mac, Linux, for everyone. You can download this and install this without any problem. Okay, now if you see this app launcher, this I created in Qt with Python. So let's just start the development and Qt version. So this is Qt Designer, and remember the previous one which we opened, that was Qt Creator, and that was for C++ programming and QML coding you can do with the stuff. But here we want to create a user interface that we can plug into our 3D package or anywhere. If you want to create a standalone application, you can create that like that. This app launcher is a standalone application. Okay, so and if you want to integrate that to create a sub window for any Houdini or Maya or Nuke, you can create that also. Okay, so let's just first understand. So I will start with main window. Okay, here you can see that there are few templates here. These templates says that if you want to create a dialog button, as you can see that this is popping out and say that okay, cancel. I just create this for you. So this is the dialog button. You can see if you want to pop up any message and all, but we don't want this. We want to create a main window. So this is not just create this main window. Okay, why I choose main window, and there was another option there, like close widget because in widget there is no this main menu there, and this what you can say, this status line is not there. So I want this. So just for demonstration, it contain all the UI, basic UI element which I want. So menu bar and status bar. Okay. And once we will start the PyQt thing and the coding thing, then you will understand in depth like what is the main difference between the main window and the widget window. Okay, so let's just start with very simple. I'm expecting that you are seeing the first time this window. Okay, so whenever you create this, that means you created a UI for your application. Okay, but how you can visualize that? You can press Control R, you can visualize this, or you can see here, go to preview and Control R, you can see that. Okay, so once you press Control R, and you can see that your blank UI window is there without anything. Okay, now just add some stuff there. So I need a push button which say okay. You can rename that by double click and it will create for you. You can increase the size of this, whatever, it's up to you. You can use it, whatever. Okay, so we have this layout. We will understand this layout later. First we'll go with the buttons. Very easy stuff that will easily give you an idea. Okay, what is this, radio button. So let's see, one, you can Control C and Control V. So once you preview, so you can see this at a time one will select it, this automatically done with, and you can click OK, so that will also work. And what we have here is a checkbox. So most of the application, you may notice that there is a tick box whenever you, most of the applications having this. There is button box if you want to create by default. OK, cancel. List view, I'll come on that point just a minute. Other than that, I will show you this line edit, which is very good for user input. Here you cannot see properly, but I'll show you in preview window. Preview, here you can type your stuff, okay, and once you hit OK, and that stuff you can get to your program and do whatever you want. Okay, we'll see that also. What else we have here to play with is sliders. Dial, we have a dial which you can probably see in color correction nodes or any DJ console, like volume kind of thing. So let's say this, if you go to form, preview, and you can increase that, and you can connect this with any value. So let's say if this is your plugin controller where you want to control the rotation of your object, you can connect this with your stuff in any application. We have sliders. You are pretty familiar with sliders if you're using 3D application, vertical and these sliders. Even these sliders also work. You can preview that. Okay, so these are the sliders. So what we see here is a dial, and this you can you have to use like when you use for browse files and all. Radio button, checkbox, line edit, sliders, okay, push button. Okay, now let's see the combo box. This is also good. How you can use this, I'll show you. Like if you have red, if you have green and a blue, hit OK, and if you go to form preview, you can see this is the button, and in my application I can show you it is this combo box, so you can add this stuff. Okay, and now you will get a idea of like if this OK button, you can see here in my app launch, this is the OK button, push button here. Okay, and label, if you want to write something like okay, so this you write, you can change the font also. Once we'll go to the properties, you can change almost all look wise, all things, size and all. Okay, so let's see if I want to change the text. You can go to text here and just complete it. Font, maybe you should, yeah, there's the font, increase that, so you can see that you can increase that, you can bold, italic, yeah, italic is good, with underline, yes. Okay, now we have date time edit also. Sometimes you want date time edit for your application. So in here in this widget box, you can find all the buttons or all the things which is required for user input. This object inspector is like your outliner if you're familiar with Maya, and this is like you can see what are the objects here, what is the name of those objects, you can rename here, and these names are very important when you do coding for that, so make sure these names are proper. And this is the class which is referred, like you can say the push button is referred to the Q push button class. Okay, so this indicates the class and this indicates the object, and you can edit the name also of the object. And down there you can see the property editor where you can adjust the properties of the whatever selected object. So like it may be different in widget options here. If you see that for Q combo box the settings will be different, for abstract button the settings will be different. Okay, so if you select the line edit, you can see the placeholder text, and placeholder text is I'll show you quickly what is this, and I'll also go with all these parameters once a minute, just a minute. So let's say this is my default text. Okay, so here you can see that some default text is visible, but once you see in the preview mode you can see some text is display, but once you click on that, that will be gone. If you click on any another button, it will become, but once you like start typing and if select, so that means, so this is required when you want user or when you want to give any hint to user, so he can understand that okay, what kind of value I am expected to put in here. Okay, so yeah, this is the resource browser, and that is required if you want graphics here, like if you want to create any logo images, and if you want to put any images here, like here I can show you, like here you can see these all like Blender is having this icon, 3D code, TJV, Inkscape, GIMP, all is having their icon, like MX Studio, MX Manager for testing also here. This is actually you have to create this resource. Okay, so yeah, quickly I can tell you this also, so maybe in detail we will cover by chapter by chapter, so I will split that in more detail, like how you can create beautiful UI with graphics. images. Okay, but I'll quickly add one image here to give you a idea how you can add images here. So go to edit resource. Edit resource says that there is no file here, so we want a file, so we can create a new file, new resource file, and it will ask you for save the file. So what I'm gonna do, I can create a folder called, where's my folder, create new folder, and just a minute, or I can go to my, yeah, there must be, yeah, I can go to temp, yeah, this is okay, and I will create a file, resource file, so I can name that test. Okay. Save. Test dot qrc, that means you are creating a qrc file. Okay, the extension is qrc. Okay, now we created a file, test.qrc. as you can see that there is the name is also coming there. Okay, now we want to add some images or the stuff there, so let's add this, add files. Here you can see this third options here, so click on that and open, oh, cancel, sorry. Yeah, so you have to add a new prefix here, and that will say that icon there. Your application will be maybe too big, so you can specify for which icon. This is the main UI icon, this is the sub UI icon, this is for particular plugin, so you can specify those icons there, and then you can add your icon with what you want to add here. Okay, so let's I will quickly add few icons which I have. So I will add I will add my icon. This is the, okay, copy, and okay, I have one qrc file here. Now what I want to do, I want this icon to be placed here because this is the logo icon of my application. What I can use, I can use label, and this label we don't want text. Okay, we want image. So you can go to properties, and in properties you can see this pix map, and in this pix map you can choose resource. You can choose file also, but once you will go to Python and create the application, then you might have a lot of issues with your graphics will not visible properly. So it's a good idea to create a qrc file, and later I'll show you how we can use Python modules or Python pyuic file to create the UI, and pyrcc file to create the icon file. First just choose resource icon, hit this and okay, and you can see that our image is come here, but our image is not fit at all. It's looks like this, see, it's not, it's the original size of the image is actually there, but I want to resize that. So you can go to pix map. Here you can see the scale content option is there, you can click on that. So once you click on that, you can now scale your icon to up to any size. It'll also help you to place your logo or whatever image properly. So once you set this here, and if you preview it now you can see that you just place a graphics in application. There are a lot of buttons here, sliders, things are here. Okay, So with that you can create the QRC that logos here. Okay, now next thing which we can move in this is create frames and layout. Okay, and we'll understand this thing. Where we go, the list view, the item views we will cover, but before that we will cover the container. So right now we place all the our buttons or inputs, but these are not in a proper format. So what we will do, we will organize them in a proper way, so this will look better. I'll show you one quickly, one of the UI which I previously designed. Okay, so that will give you a quick idea. Not this. Close without saving. Maybe this one. Yeah, this is the good example. Recently I created a application for Houdini with Arduino, and this is the UI for that. So here you can see this UI, and if you go to preview, this is the application. But here things are very organized, and if you scale down, things will be scale up, and you can see these tabs are here. So the same thing if you want to create here, but here you can see we just created some stuff randomly that is not properly organized. But this is the example of an organized a proper UI which you can use for with your application. Okay, but if you go there and if you just simply preview, and if you scale up and scale down, you can see there is nothing is scale up and scale down. So that's why layout and the framing is very important if you want to create some good UIs for your application. Okay, so that will cover in next video. Okay, so I hope the basic stuff is clear in this video, and in next video we will understand the proper layout of the UI, and that will be 3 video tutorials. So that means in this video we will cover the basic, in second video we will cover the layout and understand the how we can move our UI to Python, and the third tutorial will be how we can use this app UI with PyQt in Python application. Okay, so see you in next video. All right, thank you.